Okay, so about verification. The verification is done, it changed a little bit on financial aid. Before, they were, they were doing a sample of those selected for verification. After the whole IRS tool was implemented, the Department of Ed wanted an institution to verify 100% of those students that were selected for verification. So it changed a little bit. Well, it changed a lot. The only 5 institutions that do not have to go through that process are the quality assurance schools. And those institutions are Austin Community College, Texas A&M, UT Austin, UT Penn America, and UTSA. Those students can still just have a sample of those students that were selected for verification. There's another caveat that some community colleges, they can still verify 100% even if they were not selected for verification because of their local policies. So we're working to see what institutions are actually have some policies like that, and try to see if we can encourage them just to follow the federal guidelines of verifying just the ones that are not that are selected for verification, and not 100% of their freshman cohort. So those are the 2 caveats that we always have to give on
Will that
verification.
status, the Pan American status, roll over to the new institution?
I have no
Yeah,
idea.
that'll be 2 years.
Okay. Okay.
That was a good question. I have no idea. Other things, other initiatives that we're working on is the T-Rex integration. We created, we're testing it actually right now with Texas A&M and Laredo Community College. Of whenever a student completes the application, they'll have an option within the application to tell them whether they want the system to request a high school transcript at that point. So our system will talk to T-Rex system, and then the whole fees, local fees for high school transcripts, that's a different discussion. But right now, that's how the process is going to work. If a high school is not set up, or if an institution is not set up to receive transcripts electronically, let's just say ACC. If a student is applying to ACC and they're not set up for on T-Rex, the student will not even have that option to request a transcript through T-Rex. So it's a little bit dynamic question depending on the institution, and then whether the student wants to submit or have that request submitted on their behalf. One of the good things about doing this kind of thing is that our system will actually, the request will actually go with the application ID. So whenever the transcript comes back to the institution, the application ID will come back with that transcript. So it will be like an automatic match at that point, so that institutions can have that information or have that information in their system faster, instead of looking up and doing the matching themselves. So we're going to, again, if everything works out and if the pilot works out, we're going to roll out this piece, this initiative, in the next cycle, which is in August, for your current junior class. The other thing that we created is address cleaning software, and this is important for community colleges. Every institution was paying, they had cleaning software, so they were paying their own fee. At the state level, we decided, well, let's just clean them once and then have that information already clean. So whenever the information goes to institutions, the address will be clean already. So that's something that was implemented this cycle. So if a student misspells a name, or if a student types in drive instead of way, or if it's WY instead of WAY, the system will automatically tell them, do you want this change? And the database is actually coming from the US Postal Service, so it's reliable. Application alignment, this is a project that's going to take a couple of years. Right now, the student has to tell us what application they're applying for. So some students are selecting the wrong application. So they have, 30 college credits. So some of them are selecting the transfer application instead of the freshman application. So we're looking at asking questions in the front end, and then for the questions to derive the student to the right application. Especially the dual credit application. Some students in some regions, they don't even call it dual credit; they call it concurrent credit. So even the terminology in the higher ed level is not consistent. So again, we don't want to confuse the student and then just ask a couple of simple questions and then derive them to the right application. Again, this is going to be a 3 to 4 year project. We're looking at the TASFA. This is for the undocumented students. We're still on the first stages of the discussion of whether we need to create some kind of online system to capture or to send, to make it easier and streamline the process. This also will help institutions or high schools know the full picture of financial aid at the high school. Right now, we're only giving you FAFSA submissions because that's the only data that we have. If this is successful, the institution will have, the high school will have FAFSA submission and TASFA submission so that you have a full picture of who is submitting what at your high school.